I only know bat out of hell.
I'm ready.
There's nothing going to make her cry. I'll face a stone. Well, first of all, we'd like to thank everyone for coming and being part of our big day. Give yourselves a round of applause. And Joe and I would like to also thank our parents for all their help and just support in general and yeah.
Making us both.
Making us both, yeah. This is how this speech is going to go.
Thank you to my ball bag.
This is my talking, yeah.
I'm loving it.
Genuinely lost myself.
Oh my gosh.
No, I just do this when I do speeches. Also, yes, I'd like to thank all my ushers and my best man for the stag do and making sure I got here okay, and thanks Matt. Shot me in the... Where is Matt?
You can see
Well, for everyone who doesn't know Matt, he
Hang
shot
on,
me
I'm
in the
filming
penis
it.
with a paintball gun. I was honestly hoping the swelling had stayed, but it's gone. And I've looked up again and lost myself again.
Put your thumb on it, love.
That's all Matt.
It's alright. Also, I'd like to thank you two for turning up. Lisa and Jenny for looking after Joanna and making sure she didn't run off.
What about Nettie?
I said net, Lisa and Jenny.
You did.
Get your act together. Bloody country bumpkins. Oh, and of course, you all look lovely today. Remarkable. It's bloody brilliant, isn't it?
I think I need this.
I'll be back in. And we'd also like to say thank you to Rachel for making our cake. Where is Rachel? There she is. Stand up and take a bow, my love. Stand up. Get yourself on your feet and back. Have a go. And thank you to Ian for putting the canvas all together and all that for everyone to sign. Which how many people have signed it, Dave? Have a count.
2.
10-ish, get your acts together. Get writing on me canvas. Take a bow, Ian. What you could have had, Rachel. That's what you could have had. Thank you to Dan for building us a nice wishing well for everyone to put your cards in. If you haven't, just bung them in. Hey Dan, stand up and take a bow.
Okay, best
Thank you, Mickey. Where is he? Hello! You're one of these kids. Thank you for taking lots of photos of me. Making me feel awkward and making my cheeks twitch. Most of the day. Give that man a round of applause. What an easy audience this lot.
We're drunk.
Is there anyone else I need to say thank you to that I haven't wrote? That was the
did that
first
right,
line.
Yeah. 1 minute.
Second page. She's got a whole sheet of this. Look how big that is. Finally, Joanna. You look fabulous, obviously. Got that in.
Good job.
I would like to thank you for making me so happy over these last 6 years and making me an actual man instead of being an actual. You've been mentioned.
Oh, is it?
Hallway. Thank you for making me happy and turning me into an actual man instead of an immature little prick, which I've probably been for 21 years of my life.
I just say you're still in.
I'm still 27. Best man, brother, dickhead. That's a word you'll learn when you're older.
It's very naughty and it's very sorry. We'll be calling it Daddy.
Yeah. Right, on to meeting Joanna. I will never forget the first day I saw you. When I was with Matthew Brown over there. He doesn't remember. We were at Rock City watching Disturbed. Yes, you remember. We were paying for a car park. I hear a honk honk. To which I walk over and see Rob and Nett in the car, and you sat in the back. I walked over, you said, no, you didn't say nothing. I said, "Phew, you're fit." To which Joe just said, this. And I thought,
Playing hard to get.
yeah, playing hard to get. I thought that's not going to fucking work. It's all right. Then Will and Kate are the parents. So then, all of a sudden, Johnny turns 18. Where's Jonas? There he is. Look. We went to a lovely party where I spoke to you. Oh, look at that fearful face. And my mate Macca, who's not here, he's in Australia. Bless that little... Oh, he's in New Zealand, actually. He phoned me this morning. Back soon. He had a tendency of pissing the bed when he was drunk. So there was a lovely tent put outside for us in my uncle's garden, to which I was supposed to sleep in, whilst Joe was on the sofa. I can't remember if it was Jackie or Nett who sent Joe a text saying, "Please, lock the door so Stu can't get in." So I picked up the phone and just texted, "Too late, bitch, I'm already in." Yes.
Not me.
These two would argue. I'd like to pass you on to my best man, my brother. Go!
Oh dear. That was so funny. These two would argue.
It's very difficult to follow my comedian brother.
I'd just like to say sorry to my nan and granddad and Joe's
So we don't see his first date with Two Fingers and Joe. I wasn't expecting that. Nor did I know that before this. It's lovely speech, Joe. Joe? Thanks for letting him speak uninterrupted. Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, I've been drinking since 7 a.m, so bear with me. I have to read this. I don't remember a word. Okay, so today, 4th of July, 2015, monumentous. Not only does it mark 239 years since the 13 American colonies declared independence from the British to form the United States, it's quite ironically, it's the date that Stu has chosen to, I don't know, get rid of the last of his independence and give them over to Joe. But then again, Joe is quite superior to the British Army, I'm sure. Okay, let's start with all the nice bollocks. It's already been said, but I'd like to add my own compliments to our lovely bride, Joanna. You look beautiful. Everybody. I remember the first time I met Joe. It was, roughly 6 years ago. We was arguing because well, Joe was silly enough to believe in ghosts, and the pair of us were arguing about how ridiculous that is. But you know what? Seriously, I've grown to love you very much, Joe. And, you know, I mean that. That's no joke. I love you a lot. Come on, give me a break. Special mention, to our bridesmaids, Lisa, Lynette and Jenny. You know, the fact that none of you tried to persuade Joe to do a runner today was quite remarkable, so Stuart should have thanked you in his speech, to be honest.
He did.
And, you know, the three of you look beautiful, and, you know, you're only second to our lovely bride.
I'll have you know.
Where am I? Big thank you to both sets of parents. You know, best man's job to do that. But I know that Stuart and Joe appreciate, you know, everything that you've done, not just in the run-up to the wedding, but you know, just raising the two fantastic people. And you know, it's not easy to raise two people as nice as Joe and Stuart. So you know, we should thank you.
You did a good job.
Struggling to read this. I wrote something here. Let's have a look. Rob, I'm sure it's deja vu. You know, it was only a year ago that you was giving away another one of your daughters to the Fletcher family. The lovely wedding of Rob and Lynette, of course. Lisa, I don't know what you did in the previous life, but it must have been extra good to avoid the same fate. And thanks to the ushers, you did fuck all, like all ushers, but you know what? Your suits look great. So, Stuart, it's a great honour to be asked to be a best man. It's even better if you're asked first, but you know, it's nonetheless, it's a great honour. I'm actually, you know, it's a real privilege. So let's talk about Stuart a little bit. So, Stuart is of course my brother, and Stuart and I grew up as sworn enemies. We grew up, we had countless scraps along the way, and to this day, I'm pretty proud to hold a 100% record in all of our fights. 100%. So, I'll knock him out if he tries it. So, we all know Stuart's a little bit special. But I'm sure not everybody knows that Stuart is actually a psycho. Here's some true stories for you. So, as children and teenagers, Stuart and I, you know, after I've defeated him at wrestling or computer games, football, whatever it was, Stuart would head to the kitchen and Stuart would grab a knife.
Joe doesn't know.
This is 100% true. He'll verify it. My mum and dad, they'll verify it. Stuart would try and stab me. Not once, not twice, thousands of times. You know, 100%.
Don't read the message.
And it wasn't just knives. Stuart would sometimes, he'd grab a hammer or a brick. He'd attempt to bludgeon me.
Look at Joe.
And one time in particular, Stuart grabbed a screwdriver and he threw the screwdriver at me, which was destined to my face. He was going to hit me right between the eyes. But fortunately, I possess cat-like reflexes, which allowed me to dodge Stuart's screwdriver, which went straight through the kitchen window, which nonetheless was my fault for antagonising him.
It was your fault for ducking.
Exactly.
She took it like a man.
So, yeah, Stuart was mental growing up, and he never got the better of me, but one time he came close. So, let me read this real quick. I was 13 years old at the time, and by the age of 13 I was already about 6'2", Stuart was a short arse, and I'd volunteered to go down a well. He knows this story already. Anyway, I thought I was pretty tall, but not tall enough to get out the well. I was stuck at the bottom. So I'm sat at the bottom of a well, much to the light.
There was concrete. It was blocked off.
Yeah, if I was 8 foot tall, I might have got out pretty easily. Anyway, this prick thought it was funny. I'm sat at the bottom of a well. I can't get out. What do you think he did? No, not laughed, worse.
Filled it with water.
Stuart, 11 years old, got his little tiny prepubescent penis. Pissed on me. Yeah. Well, let me tell you, he pissed on me. I got the fuck out that well pretty quickly. Chased him down the hill. I beat the shit out of him, and guess who was in trouble? Apparently, I overreacted to being pissed on. So there's the maniac, the psycho, the disgusting side of my brother, which you may not be familiar with, but I'm sure that it's the, I don't know, the borderline retarded and childish side that I'm sure you all love about Stuart. So here's a story that sums Stuart up as a bit of a, I don't know, happy-go-lucky retard. So, Stuart and I are children.
True love here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Stuart develops a bit of a problem within his hips. Yeah. He knows the story, you lot don't. Bear with me. So, it's a bit of a mystery. Nobody knows. My mum and dad probably pretty worried about this. Stuart's walking
Know
like
about
a
it.
spaz.
Obviously you do.
To his hip.
Me too, is it?
I'm on the BBC, mate. I can say what I want. Stuart comes clean. This is why Stuart had a problem with his hips. Stuart had been watching Ski Sunday with my granddad. Stuart had been watching the ski jumping and thought, you know what? I could give that a go. So Stuart, in our back garden, had been climbing on top of the shed and then just jumping off, and I don't know, I'm no expert in ski jumping, but we've all seen it. Stuart demonstrate it. He would stand there. He would lean slightly forwards, his legs rigid, over and over and over again. And the constant ski jumps, if you will, had resulted in Stuart fucking his hips up.
It's only 40 foot up a lamppost.
Well, since then, Stuart, the idiot we see before us, he broke his collarbone playing bulldog. He broke his jaw playing football, which some of you will remember. At the time, I thought he was just being a bit of a pussy, but that's it. Funnily enough, he broke his thumb. Guess how he broke his thumb? He was jabbing a girl at school in the tit. To fracture a bone. He was jabbing someone in the tit with a foot. Unusual. And Stuart and I would also spend time in my mum and dad's back garden. Stuart would be dressed up in my dad's riot police gear and I'd be stabbing him, which was normal for us. He also gave himself a bit of a puncture wound by jumping in a bush, so the guy's a clown. So what I've described to you today is, I don't know, it's a man with severe mental health issues. So, show of hands. A little bit unusual, but who here has seen Stuart's penis and bollocks? Many people. Stuart loves getting them out. Stuart likes to get his bollocks out. He likes to show them to everybody, particularly at football. A few weeks ago at paintballing, he rejoiced in the fact he was showing the dick. It made his day. It was an excuse to get his dick out. The guy's a weirdo. But having said all of that, let's have another show of hands. Who here has seen Stuart, without a smile on his face? Nobody. Stuart, I saw one hand, but Stuart is for the most part incredibly happy, and he's never more happy than when he's with Joe. I mentioned earlier during my speech that Stuart and I grew up as sworn enemies. Yet during our adult years, Stuart and I, are close to being best friends most of the time. Don't get me wrong, he still pisses me off, but watch it. And say nice things about you, I can stop. But I know Stuart would do anything for me, and you know what, I would do anything for Stuart, it goes without saying. Now this is a bit of a soppy bit. I've never told Stuart this, and I probably won't tell Stuart this again until one of us is on our deathbeds and we're saying our final goodbyes, but you know, I love my brother very much. He means a lot to me, and I'm really proud to see him today, and I'm actually getting fucking tears in my eyes. But I'm happy for him, I'm so proud. And in Joe, Stuart, you found someone truly perfect for you. I mean, I'm sure we all know that. It's no one else would have you, but Joe.
Especially after our speeches.
I know up until now you're incredibly happy, and it goes without saying that you'll be happy from this point forward as well. Just a. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. I mean, just fucking idiot brother. I mean, it's not gay. Where's Robbie? Robbie is an actual homosexual. So he doesn't appreciate your homophobia. I did. Well, I'm sure there's plenty of gays. It's 2015. They're everywhere. It's fine. Gives a shit. You gotta suck dick. Fine, do it.
Oh, God!
But anyway, I've lost where I am. I'm being nice about my brother. Oh, ruined it. Stop laughing. Anyway, this speech, I wrote this at work. Not one little bit of Google was used. It's all my own words. But the following quote I can't take credit for. This is a quote that I found previously, and I think it sums up Stuart and Joe. It's literally this: marriage is not about finding someone that you can live with. It's about finding the someone that you can't live without.
Yes.
And who else typifies that more than Stuart and Joe? Nearly done. I've already read this, I'm too pissed. I've missed loads of it, but you can have a read of it later. It was actually pretty good. Joe, just want to say, I'm sure you and Stu are going to be starting a family soon, just to let you know that a baby's a little bit harder than a dog. Yeah. It's not really, it's a piece of piss. Joe, get that look off your face. I've said nice things about you, it's just one joke. Stuart's laughing. So, everybody, with immense pleasure, oh, come on, I have to take it. So, immense pleasure, I can't speak. With immense pleasure, just one last time, raise your glasses for Mr. and Mrs. Fletcher.